Hello, my name is Michael Edwards, and I'm going to speak with you on why it's important to get out and vote. Now, voting allows for your candidate to be one step closer to winning the elections. Imagine sitting home one day and there's a new bill signed into Congress. You completely disagree with it and begin to complain, voicing your opinion and frustration on Facebook or any other type of social media. Well, how could you? And when it was time to get out and vote, you decided to stay home. If you did not drop your ballot into a box on the day of election, what gives you the right to have a voice when it comes down to issues after the election? No vote, no voice. Voting allows for your candidate to be one step closer to winning the election. I have 3 friends that strongly disagree with Obamacare that was passed into law. None of these guys went out and voted on election day and vented their frustrations online using Facebook and other social media. With this experience, I understand more than ever before how important it is to vote. USA Today states that nearly 90 million Americans were not going to vote during the 2012 presidential election. During the year 2000 presidential election, only 54% of eligible voters cast a ballot. These numbers continue to increase. I will explain why voting is important, how easy it is to get out and vote, and why you should ensure you vote during the next elections. Let me begin by explaining the importance of voting. Your vote does matter and make a difference. According to the mass vote, voting matters both to health of the American political system and to the people who participate in it. Voting is a right, the right to elect your next city councilman, mayor, police chief, or local Little League football commissioner. Voting is a right, the right to elect your next district attorney, governor, senator, and president. In 1992, Bill Clinton, along with vice presidential nominee Al Gore, went on to defeat the incumbent President George H.W. Bush by a margin of 370 to 168 electoral votes and with 43% of the popular vote to Bush 37.5% of the vote. A third-party candidate, Ross Perot, captured almost 19% of the popular vote. Bill Clinton's victory forced George Bush to serve only a single term. The problem today is less than 6% of eligible voters actually get out and vote. According to the United States Election Project, and I'm going to show you here, according to the United States Election Project, only 58.7% of Americans voted in 2012. This clearly shows how nearly 40% of Americans failed to vote. A few reasons why people fail to vote are: they feel their vote will not matter, limited transportation, they forget, or they were too busy. According to Seattle University Law School, when we exercise our right to vote for public officials, the votes we cast extend far beyond one election. We are able to elect individuals who will make concrete decisions on our behalf about how our government will be ran, the wars we engage in, and how resources, both national and local, are distributed. In addition, the election of candidates from diverse communities serves to create a leadership base that can articulate and advocate for the particularized needs of these communities. Now that you have a better understanding and importance on why it is you must vote, let me address some concerns why people do not vote. Some people do not have transportation to get out and vote. In some areas, transportation is provided by the local public transportation during elections at no cost. You can always check with a family member or friend to see if they can assist you with a ride to the voting center. Some people forget the elections are going on. Well, one thing you can do is write it down on a calendar and keep it on your refrigerator as a reminder. Most cell phones nowadays come with a planner. Adding it to your to-do list can be great as well. Some people believe their votes does not matter. Mass vote states that if your community is turning out well below other neighborhoods, elected officials will pay less attention, make fewer appearances, and fewer appeals to your neighborhoods. Those who vote have a powerful impact on public policy and government. Some people are just too busy to get out and vote. They have complicated work schedules. Taking off a day of work could help impact the next 4 years of our country in a great way. If you cannot afford to take a day off, try going on your lunch break or as soon as you get off from work. Now that the concerns have been addressed, let me explain how easy it is to get out and vote. Getting out and voting is an easy process. There are only a few steps you must follow. 1. You need to ensure you have transportation to your location. Take your government-issued identification card. Take your voter identification card and have a little patience. Now that the concerns have been addressed, let me explain why you should ensure you vote during the next elections. It is your right as a citizen. Your vote will always be a part of history, and your vote truly stands for something. Again, voting allows for your candidate to be one step closer to winning the election. I have explained why voting is important and how easy it is to get out and vote, and why you should vote during the next elections. Now, I am urging you to take action. Ensure that you're at the polls voting for any upcoming elections. Your vote may be the difference maker in a close vote. As a citizen, I'm excited to exercise my right to vote. Some places are ran solely by dictatorship. I ask that when you vote, take a friend or family member with you, if possible, and spread the word to others. I challenge you to be at the polls for the 2016 presidential elections. Just remember, elections belong to the people. It's their decision. If they decide to turn their back on the fire and burn their behinds, then they will just have to sit on their blisters. Good night.